Grayson, branched with the U.S. Infantry. Well, actually, I was in the artillery, which was attached to the infantry, of the 87th Infantry Division in World War II. I entered the Army in 1943 and stayed till the end of the war. I spent most of my service in Europe. 1942 and 43, any young man in America who could walk was told by the government, "You're in," and we were all drafted. The war started in 41. I was drafted in March of 43, and all the outfits, Army outfits, were sent down south to train, to become soldiers. We went through something called basic training, which is disgusting. You have to dig holes in the ground and sweat and run and do a lot of stuff you don't want to do. No, I think I adjusted as well as you could, being 19 years old and not knowing where the hell you were. Mm-hmm. But learning to do exactly what you're told to do is not such an easy thing if you lived a normal kid's life. You really didn't have much touch with your family because you were busy doing basic training and being shipped places. And you'd send your parents a letter, and 3 weeks later you'd get an answer, a letter. Sometimes, if you're lucky, a package with some sausage or cookies or something in there, a candy. But I really didn't see my family until the end of the war. Well, I had what it was. Well, it was a little complicated because I told the drafting people that I was heavily involved in animals, pre-veterinary student, and my family was in the pet business. And they said, "Oh, fine, we'll put you in the cavalry." And I said, "Oh, that's neat, horses." So they shipped me to Augusta, Georgia, and I found out I was in the mechanized cavalry. Tanks, armored cars, no horses. And so then they trained me to become a radio operator. It's the did-it-at-it, Morse code. I learned that, and then I discovered there was something called ASTP. That was the Army Specialized Training Program. They sent you back to college to learn something that they could use in the Army. And they sent me to engineering school in Raleigh, North Carolina, and that was lovely, but it lasted about 3 months, and the government stopped the whole program, and threw us all in the infantry. So that's how I ended up in the 87th Infantry Division. It's called the Golden Acorn Division. And there again, I didn't want to just be in the front lines carrying a rifle, so I told them I was a radio operator, which was a mistake because they then gave me what was called a 610 radio. It's a voice-operated radio that you carry, a big thing, big steel radio. And you end up in the attacking infantry company carrying a radio. And that's how I spent the war, up there looking for trouble.